Welcome to my Fedrigoni brief. Background research. Our first task was to research into Fedrigoni papers. They are a leading global manufacturer of specialist papers and high-value packaging. Founded in 1888 in Italy, the company has a rich history of innovation and craftsmanship. They are also committed to sustainability and environmental responsibility. Many of its papers are certified by the environmental organisations such as the Forest Stewardship Council. My first idea to promote the Cereal Colour line was to produce a jigsaw puzzle that could be sent out to clients. This could be printed on the 700-gram paper. I could also create an envelope using the 150-gram paper. My second idea was to produce a small paper bag. This was to be sent out to fashion houses and small boutique shops. The idea was to show the versatility of cereal colour paper. The bags would have the Fedrigoni logo embossed on them. This would emphasise how robust the paper is. My final idea was to produce a sample flip book that had a hand-drawn animation. The idea of the animation would be a seed growing into a tree by the end of the book. It was to remind customers of Fedrigoni's commitment to sustainability. Report and reflection. After reading the brief, I felt like the jigsaw was my favourite idea. I felt the bag might be a little bit hard to produce, and the flip book was a little bit too close to the sample books that they actually sent out to me. And the jigsaw just seems to be something a little bit different that customers normally wouldn't receive. Reading the brief. After reading the Fedrigoni brief, it was clear that we had a lot of room for creative ideas. Fedrigoni encouraged us to use different mediums when producing them ideas. It was critical that we remained on the brief though, and I feel my concepts didn't stray too far of what Fedrigoni had actually asked for. Also asked to write a report on 4 outcomes for the criteria on which we would evaluate the success of our work. I chose aesthetics, functionality, durability and sustainability. I incorporated these into my concept boards. The first concept board looked at different leaf patterns and how I could incorporate them into the jigsaw puzzle. My second concept board looked at different jungle animals and I decided to go with a leopard for my final design. Identify and rethink assumptions. One of my main focuses on this project was the sustainability that Fedrigoni undertakes with its paper. However, when rethinking these concepts, the actual sustainability side might not actually be important to the client. The quality of the paper might be more important to them, which could have led me focusing on a different design for the actual jigsaw. I tried to incorporate humour into a small advert for the actual jigsaw. It was someone who was actually doing the jigsaw missing calls from his wife, his boss, his son and his daughter. Final presentation. For my final design for the jigsaw, I decided to do a picture of a leopard with some leaves in the jungle to sort of reflect the sustainability side. The first issue I had was the printer that I had access to couldn't print in white and also the quality wasn't good enough, so I decided to do a lino print on top of the paper. I thought this would really highlight the texture of the cereal colour. I designed the image in Photoshop and then penciled it onto the lino and cut it out with the tools. I also ordered a jigsaw template from eBay, but this didn't work, even after running it through the rollers in work. So in the end I had to cut each piece out individually and that was not fun. For the envelope I used the 115-gram that had been sent as a sample, and then using the Gerber machine in work printed out small Fedrigoni stickers with the logo on. We had a bit of a competition in work who could do the jigsaw the fastest, and I didn't win it considering I actually designed it as well. Everybody really liked the design, and my manager thought it was an interesting way to promote the paper. Thanks for listening.